Hello there. Welcome to Twin Possible, where anything is possible if you put your mind, body, and soul into it. Today, we are going to discuss recognizing a diastasis recti. Okay? It's not something that you hear about from people, so it's something that you sort of find out after the fact, which stinks because then you don't know how to prevent it. So we're going to find out if we have a diastasis recti and things we can do to avoid it. This will be a three-part series. Right now, we'll just learn what it is and how to feel for one. And if you have it, there's some exercises that I'll do in another segment to help you close the gap, and also belly bonding. Right now, I'm 7 weeks postpartum with twin girls, and they're wonderful. But as any mom of multiples, and a lot of moms without multiples fear, how can I get my body back, especially my abdomen, once it's stretched to such proportions? Okay, here's the thing. We have two sides here. There are two halves here. Muscles in our abdomen, okay? And down the center is called a linea alba. Okay, now, when the stomach gets expanded due to pregnancy, sometimes, and this happens in about a third, maybe a slightly more of singleton pregnancies, and a higher majority of multiple births. When it expands, those halves split. The connective fibers between open and move apart. So after pregnancy, they can sort of be a little more lax and not come together all the way like they were previously. And that can cause what's called a mummy pouch. Now, the way I found out about my diastasis was simply from I was doing my ab exercises thinking, hey, I'm doing myself a benefit here, I'm going to be great afterwards, right? Wrong, I actually caused my own diastasis because I developed it before I even got to any big size. I was about 16 weeks, I noticed this triangular shape when I did crunches on my yoga ball. Okay, so lay off if you're pregnant now. Big warning, spread the word. Do not do any hardcore ab work during pregnancy that you think is helping is hurting, and even afterwards, especially if you do have a diastasis, don't do that because crunches and exercises done incorrectly can actually cause a diastasis on its own or continue to make it worse and worse and worse, which is not what you want. You want it closed, you don't want it opening further. Okay, so lay off the crunches, and you have to learn to do exercises the right way, especially if you already have a diastasis, okay? Not all women will get it, but a lot of us unfortunate ones can. But learn from my mistakes, or if you already do have it, I just want to offer you some hope that you don't have to be down about it, because I was very upset when I saw this triangular bulge thing, this weird thing. I thought it was like aliens in my belly. And I knew I had two aliens in there, but I didn't know I had something, you know, I thought, well, baby parts or something, I don't know. But anyway, I looked online, and what I found was diastasis recti, and I was totally devastated because it seemed like that is surgery, surgery, surgery. Like it cannot be closed on its own, that it's all a bunch of BS, that you could do exercises and mend it, that you have to go to a plastic surgeon. And I can't afford a plastic surgeon, nor did I want to have to be cut open for that. I mean, it was just devastating. And who wants to deal with that? So I got very down about it. But I'm proud to say that only 7 weeks postpartum, my 3-finger width has closed down to 1. Actually, slightly less than 1. You can have it from the breastbone all the way down, or just in a part. I have it from here to here, okay? So underneath the belly button too, but actually that's like a half a finger width. So that really closed up a lot. And the belly button area is like 1. But I think it's like 3/4 of a finger because I can feel the muscles on both sides, not completely on the sides of my fingers. So there's really like, you know, little area there that I'm saying about 3/4 of a finger width. So how did I go from 3 to 3/4 of a finger width? Well, that's what we're going to learn. We're going to learn how to close the gap and to lose that mummy tummy, okay? Because I don't care what it looks like now. When I gave birth, I had this big belly spilling out, and it was really depressing. I didn't even take a photo. Now I wish I had a photo, but back then I thought it wouldn't go away, so I didn't want to depress myself, okay? So it's not perfect, it's not back where I want it, but for twins, went term, 37 weeks, no mummy tummy to speak of, nobody's saying, are you pregnant? Which is great. So there's hope for you if you're dealing with the same thing, because I did have a bulge and I was 3-finger width. Okay, so lay down on the floor. Okay, bend your knees, lay back and relax. Alright, you're going to take one arm, put it behind your head, and with the other arm and hand you're going to do 2 fingers to start. Take them, bring them right above the belly button, maybe an inch or so above, and then push down just a hair, and then I want you to crunch up. Picking your head and your shoulders up off of the floor, tensing those abs, and then feel for that gap. Okay? Now if you don't lift up a little bit higher than, this, you might feel a huge gap and say, oh my God, I got a really bad diastasis. You have to really lift up to get a true reading, okay? You don't want a false reading. Okay, so feel for the diastasis, okay, above the belly button at first. If you can't sink any fingers in there, then you're fine. You do not have any separation at all. If you're 1-finger width, that's normal. You can continue your normal routines, but taking care to prevent further separation, okay? Just lay off crunches and things that can be bad for you, but you should be pretty much okay and not have a mummy tummy. And if you have 2, definitely be more cautious, but you're still in good shape. 3 or more, all hope is not lost, because like I said, I was 3, and only 7 weeks later, I'm 3/4 of a finger. And I'm about a finger width down in the belly button area, where it tends to be a little worse for some. Okay, so stretch up, feel for the separation, and then once you're done here, take it all the way down. Right? See how many fingers you can get all the way down. You may be closed down here or closed up here, but go from the breastbone, making your way down, feeling. Because knowledge is power, and you can figure out where you're at. Okay? Just make sure you tense up. Okay? Now, if you stretch up like this and you see a big bulge, that is a diastasis. That's what I was seeing during pregnancy and in the postpartum period. That freaked me out. So if you see that bulge, okay, don't be alarmed. No, that is a diastasis, but it can be closed up, because now I no longer see that big football-y triangular monster in my gut. Okay, so that's how we feel for it. Now, some of the things that can cause a diastasis is simply getting up too fast, okay, out of bed in the morning is a good example. We don't even think about these things. So what you want to do is, you want to get up correctly. Now here's a couple ways you can do it. You can bring your legs up, grab underneath your knees and the lower thighs, and roll up. Okay, now if you want to go down to the floor, you can slowly roll down, so you're not straining the abs and causing any further separation. We never think about these things, but it's important that we do. Okay, so we can get up this way, pulling on the lower thighs, using that instead of our abs to pull us up. And we can also get up by, say I'm in bed, alright, by rolling to our side and pushing our way up. That does no damage for diastasis or for your belly in any way, shape, or form, and is much better for you than exerting the abs. Because when you exert pressure on the abs, you cause them to split. Alright? Now anything when you have a diastasis that causes a bulge is a no-no, so look at what you're doing. If you're doing exercise, check for that bulge. If you see the bulge, stop that exercise, okay? And I understand depression over it and fear over it and thinking about needing surgery or looking pregnant forever. Can the negativity. It doesn't have to be that way. I assure you, because I'm living proof. I never thought that I could recover with twins, and I never thought I'd be sitting here 7 weeks later talking about this. But after I'm in the way that I am, you know, in this state of mind that I feel like I need to spread the word, I'm here and I'm going to help you along. So we're going to do exercises, we're going to get you back where you want to be, come to my website, and we're going to do a lot of great things. So whether you're a parent of multiples or you're not, Doesn't matter. As long as you're a parent or a parent-to-be, come on down to twinpossible.com. Alright? Well, that's it for today. See you soon.